In this video, I'll show you how to start, stop, and update Radiant. So we're going to use RStudio. That's not the only way in which you can start Radiant, but it's probably the easiest one. So, of course, this assumes you have RStudio installed. And when you have RStudio open, you'll see that there's an add-ins dropdown. So if we click on that, you'll see there's a couple of entries related to Radiant. One is to update packages in Radiant, and another is to start Radiant in your default browser. So let's click on that. You'll see that an R command is pasted here into the console, and Radiant now opens up in our file browser. Now, once we're in the browser, we can do a bunch of analysis. We can load and save files. We can view the data in tables. We can create visualizations and so on. And so at some point, we'll have completed our analysis and we'll want to stop. Now, actually, if you just close the browser tab, that won't actually stop the R process. So the way to do this is to click here on the power icon and click stop. At that point, the tab in your file browser will close as well, at least if you're using Chrome. And you'll see that here in RStudio, it says stopped Radiant. Okay. Now, suppose we want to update Radiant. A new version has come up and you want to make sure you have the latest version of everything. Well, the way to do that is to click on the add-ins dropdown again and to click on update Radiant. Okay. Now, notice what will happen if we do that. You'll see there's a pop-up that comes up and say, hey, you're updating some packages that were already loaded. Because when we started Radiant, it actually also loaded the Radiant library. That's not a problem. We'll just say yes. We want to restart our prior to installing the packages, or at least checking if packages need to be installed. Let's go ahead and click yes. And it turns out, let's see. Oh, it is actually updating a few packages. So as soon as I click that, it'll check on a remote server to see if there's packages that are newer than the ones I have installed on my laptop and go ahead and install those for us. Okay. Now, that's all there is to it. If you want to start and stop and update Radiant in your local install on your laptop or in your desktop computer, how would this work if you're using RStudio on a server? So let me show you what that would look like. This is actually RStudio running on a server. This is the server we use here at Radiant UCSD. And you'll see that this looks exactly the same. It's almost exactly the same. It's basically RStudio running, but on a remote server in a file browser. It also has this add-ins dropdown. And so again, you'll see here, Start Radiant. We can click on that, and it will open up a new tab that is running Radiant for us in the exact same way that we had before. It's just a matter of whether the computations are being done on your local machine, either your desktop or your laptop, or on a remote server. Okay? And again, we would stop this process in the exact same way. We click on this power icon in the navigation bar, click stop, and we're all done. So that's the best way to start and stop Radiant and update it from RStudio.